there has been a lot of hype about listening to affirmations while you sleep. Allegedly, this is the best way to reach your subconscious mind and reprogram your brain for more positive thinking. When we sleep, our conscious minds get out of the way. So the theory is that listening to affirmations while we sleep is the best way to cut through the noise and make effective changes to our mental very quickly. But I'm a skeptic, so I wanted to test this theory for myself. I decided to listen to affirmation tracks while I sleep every night for a week and see which changes, if any, I notice. Will I have an improved sense of well-being? Will the things I want effortlessly manifest for me while I sleep? Will I simply feel more well-rested? Let's find out. Disclaimer, I am not new to using sleep tracks. In fact, I've been listening to them on and off for years. For those who are new here, my name is Coach Katie, and I am the creator of Manifest Best. As a manifestation coach, I've found that sleep affirmations are a useful addition to my routine. But I've fallen off a bit lately. And instead of listening to sleep tracks, I've been falling asleep to reruns of Friends or The Office. So I'm doing this experiment to see what impact, if any, sleep tapes can have on someone who already practices conscious manifestation while awake. Will sleep tracks bring my manifestations to the next level? Stay tuned to find out. As someone who's used sleep tracks many times before, I honestly did not expect to see much of a difference after listening to them again, especially after just one night. But to my surprise, this experiment was a success for day one. I woke up feeling energized and ready to tackle the day. I almost got everything checked off my to-do list, which is not really like me. It's pretty remarkable considering that I've been in kind of a slump lately. And I did not feel overworked. I just had extra energy. I did not have a change in diet or much change in my activity level, but I certainly was more productive. I can't identify any other factors that may have contributed to this added burst of energy. There were no significant changes in my circumstances, and if anything, I should be kind of low on energy this week as I'm in my luteal phase. So I was pleasantly surprised by the ease of which I got things done, and I felt productive and accomplished. I also felt less stressed, but this could also be due to taking a step back from grinding at my job. Although sleep affirmations may have contributed to that. I also made more money than my daily average for the month. Although this was predictable, as all of my income for the day was from payment plans that were already scheduled prior to this date. So I can't accredit the increase in income to the sleep affirmations. But overall, I am pleased with the outcome for day one of this experiment. It's day two, and I did not sleep very well last night. I woke up pretty often, and I found it pretty hard to fall back asleep, even after taking twice as much melatonin as usual. The sleep track was not really disruptive, as it was at a pretty low volume, so I'm honestly not sure why I didn't sleep very well, but I did wake up to $200 in sales. However, again, those were reoccurring passive sales from payment plans that had already been set up the month before. But I still felt encouraged from my success yesterday. So I got to work on my to-do list and I was relatively productive again. I spent some time relaxing at my acupuncture appointment, but other than that, it was a pretty typical day. I did enroll a new client who had been ghosting for a while though, and honestly, that felt really good. The best part of my job is being able to truly help people. So I really love when a new client gets onboarded. I suppose the timing of this sale could have been related to the sleep tracks, but it is hard to make a direct causation, so I'll consider this more of a correlation. I could definitely feel myself losing some steam as the day progressed, but I feel pretty all right about how day 2 has played out. Hello from day 3 of my sleep track experiment. I slept better and I woke up pretty motivated to take on the day. I was able to do a morning skincare routine, which I normally say I'll do, but I skip it every day. So this was a positive change. It seems like the sleep tracks are helping me feel more productive than anything else. I'm not seeing huge things manifest for me effortlessly as I sleep. My income is not out of the ordinary. I do feel less stressed, but again, I think that has more to do with taking a step back from the grind than the sleep tracks themselves. But the increase in productivity seems directly related to the sleep tracks. And of course, more productivity leads to feeling better and accomplishing more. To be honest, if this is all I get from this experiment, I'll be happy. That's a pretty significant change in a short period of time, especially considering I was in a state of burnout before I started this experiment, and I'm doing this experiment at the lowest energy time of the month for me. I did not make any new sales today, and I did have a below average income for the day, so nothing remarkable to report there. However, I did notice improvements in my fitness goals. I was able to release some weight, and my muscles felt stronger than usual. I attribute this to the extra energy I've had to put towards working out. And I attribute that extra energy to the sleep tapes. I've also noticed myself feeling more attractive than normal. I generally feel pretty positive about my appearance, but over the past few days, I've been admiring myself a little bit more. I've been getting a little bit more dressed up, being more playful, and walking with a bit more confidence than usual. This also seems to be due to the sleep affirmations. I can't really think of another reason why this would be happening, especially since I tend to be a bit more bloated during this time of the month. So this was kind of a cool thing to observe for day 3. Welcome to day 4. I did not sleep well. And I'm not sure why. Again, I don't blame the sleep tracks as they're always kept at a low volume, and affirmations have not been disruptive to my sleep in the past. But hey, I woke up on time anyways. Today, my physical energy is pretty depleted. But I believe it's just a normal hormonal reaction for this phase of the month. However, I still feel mentally present. I decided to skip my usual workout due to my physical discomfort, and instead, I got a head start with work. I had a very productive morning. I had a break for my therapy appointment, and then I got right back into work without feeling overwhelmed or rushed. I feel more creatively inspired. And this is pretty notable because I normally feel pretty lethargic, both physically and mentally at this point in my cycle. I believe that the sleep tracks have helped me tap into more of my creative energy and have heightened my self-compassion for taking things easy. Normally, when I feel drained, I try to push my way through it. But instead, today, I made a more relaxed schedule that I can manage easily. And I feel more productive because of the lack of pressure to push through exhaustion. A little reverse psychology effect, if you will. I also made a new sale today without even speaking to the client first. And that's always a good feeling. And it's certainly not really the norm for me at this time. So I really loved how easy that felt. And I have a lot of appreciation for the ease of it all. And that is my report for day 4. It is day 5. And I started off with a decent amount of energy and motivation this morning. But the tasks of the day have worn down on me pretty quickly. And within just a few hours of waking up, I lost my steam. I took today easy and I was not as productive as the previous days. Then I did get a little hard on myself for slacking off. So I do think that the sleep tracks have helped give me a boost in the morning, but today I did let circumstances and negative thinking turn me in the other direction. Although today was not a bad day by any means, it was not a great day either. For day 5. It's day 6 of my sleep track experiment. And I'll admit, I fell asleep without the sleep tracks on. So I woke up in the middle of the night and I turned them on, but I only slept for a few more hours after I did that. I did end up having a pretty good day today, but it's also been pretty unproductive. It is a Saturday, and I kind of use that as an excuse to slack off from many of my goals for today. And I ended the day with a lot of things unchecked from my to-do list. But I guess I feel pretty relaxed for the most part. I guess I would say that the sleep tracks really didn't do much for me today, but that's probably because I didn't listen to them for that long last night. It's day 7, the final day of this experiment. And admittedly, I only listened to the sleep track for a few hours last night because I fell asleep without them again. I didn't really notice any impact from the tracks on my day to day, and I didn't really get anything done today. I felt tired, and I was more negative than usual. But if anything, this shows a good contrast between the nights when I did listen to the sleep tracks all night versus today and yesterday when I forgot about them until the early morning hours. So I definitely noticed a difference in how I've been feeling, my energy levels, my motivation between those two adjustments. I think it's pretty fair to say that the sleep tracks have had a positive impact on my energy levels, my motivation, and my positivity the following day after listening to them the night before. But choosing to utilize those boosts is an essential part of seeing progress with sleep affirmations. The tracks seemed helpful, but they certainly did not manifest anything for me effortlessly on their own. So that is the conclusion, day 7, the final day of my sleep experiment. I tried sleep affirmations for a week, and I'm happy with the results. Did listening to sleep tapes change my entire life effortlessly overnight? No. But it did contribute to an increase in energy and motivation throughout the week, which led to some notable improvements in my day-to-day life. So let's break down my results after listening to sleep affirmations for 1 week. The positives. I felt more energized and motivated to use that energy to be more productive. That productivity allowed me to work towards my health goals more than usual and to check off more things from my to-do list than I had in a while. I did make some new sales effortlessly, which may be the result of feeling more at ease because of the sleep affirmations. I experienced more self-compassion than usual, especially towards taking things easy when I felt tired. Ironically, this led to me being more productive in different ways. And I was less tired than usual for this time of the month. The negatives. Well, I did have poor sleep some nights. And I'm not really sure why. This is not an abnormal occurrence for me that I can confidently blame on the affirmation tracks themselves. So when we add up the lists of positives and negatives, there are a lot of positive possible effects to using sleep affirmation tracks. And at least from my personal experience, there are no sure negatives. I will note that some sleep tracks can cause nightmares at first if the affirmations are too dissimilar to your current beliefs. But for most people, that passes as they become acclimated to the affirmations, and you can always just choose a different track that resonates more for you at that time. And since listening to affirmations while you sleep is literally effortless, there's no downside to giving it a try. Remember, there are many types of sleep tracks. There are subliminals, binaural beats, hypnosis, ASMR, and affirmations. There are first-person and third-person affirmation tracks. There are affirmations for every subject you can imagine. Some are more gentle, while others are stern. It's all about finding the tracks that feel good for you personally and positively affect you during your waking hours. So play around with some different types, and I'm sure you'll find some that you enjoy. As with any manifestation technique, give it a real try. Don't try one track one time and give up if you don't instantly feel better the next day. Consistency is key. When you do find a track that you like, listen to it for at least a few weeks before discounting this method. This can be an effortless and effective way to help you improve your life. Now, I definitely want to note that listening to sleep tapes alone is not enough to change your life. Keep in mind that as a professional manifestation coach, I already practice healthy function throughout the day almost automatically at this point. I'm already mindful with my thoughts and how I feel, and I take healthy steps to think and feel better if I notice negativity. And I already practice awareness with how I speak and act for the most part. So one of the reasons I experienced positive results from using sleep tracks is because I already have a relatively healthy setup for my life while I'm awake. If you feel like you're always spiraling into negative thoughts and feelings while you're awake, and you don't yet have the skills to deal with it, sleep affirmations likely won't be as effective. They can give you a boost in the morning, but if you smother that good energy with negativity, and unhealthy responses, you're unlikely to see a positive impact from sleep tracks. If you listen to positive affirmations while you sleep, but you counter them with conscious negative thoughts while you're awake, they will cancel each other out. So make sure that you move yourself in unison towards the life that you want. When your sleeping and waking selves contradict each other, you're likely to stay stagnant. At the same time, it's far better to take a small step in the right direction than it is to take no steps at all, or to even walk further away from your goals. If the only positive action you can manage during a difficult time is to sleep with affirmations playing, do it. Eventually, those affirmations may inspire you to learn more about healthy steps that you can take to feel better while awake. Let's dive into how I would rate sleep tracks as a manifestation technique. I'll be looking at 4 categories and giving it an overall rating. So first, for sustainability, I rate this technique a 5 out of 5. Using sleep tracks every night is about as low effort as it gets. This is really something you can keep up with forever with no problem. Next, for effectiveness, I'd rate sleep tracks a 2 out of 5. Sleep tracks do more than nothing, and they can definitely help set the tone for the day. But to be honest, they don't do much more than that. It is still fully your responsibility to harness the boost that they give you each morning in order for the tracks to make any difference at all. I would rate sleep tracks a 4 out of 5 for ease of use. It takes no skill to press play on a sleep track, but it does take a decent level of awareness and self-reflection to use the right ones. Not every sleep track is going to be the right option for you at all times. So pay attention to how you respond and make adjustments as needed. For the fun rating, I give sleep tracks a 2.5 out of 5. Let's be honest, sleep tracks are no day at Disney World, but I rated this technique higher than a 1 because it's not tedious or boring. It's very neutral on the fun scale. So overall, this technique scores a healthy average of 3.4. Not bad for something that gives you a boost with almost no effort. In conclusion, I will make more of an effort to use sleep tracks consistently. This might be the simplest way to affect small changes, and those small changes compound over time. Now, this is just my experience, and I'm curious about yours. Have you ever tried listening to sleep tracks? Was it a positive, negative, or neutral experience for you? And why do you think you experienced that outcome? Let me know and comment below so we can see a variety of personal experiences. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe for more manifestation videos, and comment below which manifestation technique I should try next. I'm Coach Katie with Manifest Best, and happy manifesting!